your Alaska Link weather for Fairbanks and the interior.
We are pulling our way into some of those beautiful blue skies again here as our Friday was showing off again gorgeous conditions and that nice high sun angle that we also have this time of the year, warming up those temperatures. Now we will see another round of that mild sunshine pulling its way into the interior, but we will note that we are seeing the increased moisture starting to show off here as we head throughout the weekend, where that increased moisture will feed into more cloud cover and some chances for some rain showers. If there are some breaks of that cloud cover showing some sunshine, there is some potential in those higher elevations, especially noting some instability that could allow for a few rumbles of thunder. And we'll especially be watching that for early next week, as even through this increased moisture, we're also going to be talking about some increasing temperatures. Now, we are expected to be a touch warmer from here our Friday into our Saturday, noting that our morning low seasonable at 37 degrees, and then a high of 66. So right on par really for average overall. We were into the 50s at points of this week, but right back to those 60s, not breaking records, but pulling into more of a mid-May feel. And with that 60-degree weather, we are going to hold on to some sunshine. Though by the end of the day, we'll start to see some of those impacts moving in. We are noting that we're switching that wind to that southerly flow, which is going to help to warm the temperatures, but also increase that moisture, allowing for a touch more of that cloud cover and tracking some returning rainfall. But there's that sunshine here that stretches across portions of the range into the White Mountains, but we're keeping our direction to the south, especially there the southwest, where there is that moisture that starts to show a bit more prominent there across our region into the end of the day. And then we'll note into our Sunday more ejections of these spotty rain showers. But it is spotty. There still is communities here that are trying to stay underneath that sunshine as we head into Sunday. And it's not going to be a complete washout, but the chances will be around, and they're going to hold into next week. Now, no big numbers on the board, at least through Sunday. We see a little better confidence off towards the west. Here, local valley area, even through the Yukon Flats, looking at some goose eggs there on the board. So not going to be drenching, but can't rule out some of those spotty showers. Just shy of 19 hours there of daylight for our Saturday by seconds, really, as we have 4:17 for that sunrise, 11:16 for a sunset. So lots of sunshine there brings our temperatures into those 60s for much of the interior here for this Saturday. Now, Sunday, not too much stalling out of that warmth, but what we see is as we keep the warmth, but we pull that moisture in, there's that mention of talking some thunderstorms. Now, as we talk about that threat and really limited moisture, that will keep our attention drawn towards the fire weather potential, as this is that time of the year where we can warm up and keep those drier soil conditions, and then wildfires become a concern. But we will talk about this nuisance hit or miss shower activity and those mild temperatures to at least take us into early next week, and continue to even still see some stronger warming as we head our way through the work week forecast.